Right, this is page 19 and this is the final row of page 19. So we'll look at the first one here, 8 to the third. Now you can do this on a calculator. You'll probably need brackets around the power if you're going to just do it on a calculator. But you could also learn that when you raise a number to the power of a third, what you're doing is actually looking for the cube root of that number. Raising a number to the power of a third is the same as asking for the cube root, and the answer is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. You can try that on a calculator and see if you can get the answer of 2. Now we'll come back to this one. These two here are similar. So if raising a number to the power of a third is the cube root, then raising a number to the power of a half perhaps is finding the square root of 1 over 16. Once again, you should play around on a calculator with this one. Put in some brackets if you want. See what you get for an answer. And as we showed previously, finding the square root of a fraction, it's okay to find the square root of the top number and the square root of the bottom number. And these, of course, both exist nicely because 1 and 16 are perfect squares. Square root of 1 is 1, and the square root of 16 is 4. So the answer is a quarter. If you did it on a calculator, you might have got 0.25, which of course is the same as a quarter. So you have a play and see what you can find. This one, of course, becomes easier if we remember that raising a number to the power of a half is the same as finding the square root of that number. Because both these numbers have nice square roots, they're both square numbers. 9 is a square number, 16 is a square number. It's okay when you're finding the square root of a fraction to split it up. Square root of 9 is 3 and the square root of 16 is 4. So if you did this one on a calculator, you might have got 0.75. Alright, let's go back to this one. This one is squaring, so I know it means 1 over root 3 times 1 over root 3. Squaring a number means times itself. Once again, you can try this on a calculator. Be careful and use brackets. But it's handy for us to learn the lesson as well and to think multiplying fractions. 1 times 1 is 1. Now my denominator is going to be root 3 times root 3, and I wonder what that gives us. Let's try another example and think about numbers we know that have a nice root. Let's try root 16 times root 16. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So if you square root a number and then times it by itself again, you'll end up actually back with that number. So square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is saying what's the square root of 3, but then square your answer, and you should get back to 3. So if you tried this one on a calculator, you might of course got 0.3 recurring, which is correct. So that's a handy tip to learn as well.